Excuse me. Okay, off we go again. I hope that drone footage comes out quite well. I certainly am not an expert in flying a drone. I've only had it for a month or so, and with the wind that we've had, I've not been able to put it up and get a bit of practice. So hopefully that turned out alright, because I think it does add a little something to videos if you get a different point of view. Over to the right we've got a wind farm. Turn my head so that you can see it. So while we were stopped, there were a few cars past, so it is obviously a road that's used, although I don't know why. It doesn't look like it's a shortcut to anywhere, given the speed that you've got to travel at. But it's different. This is all Forestry Commission ground. We're coming into A Forest now. I have a relative that works for the Forestry Commission. He's actually the boss of this area, but they don't seem to be doing forestry like traditionally you would think of forestry, of planting trees, cutting them down, selling the wood. They don't seem to do that anymore. It seems to be more conservation, rough, and recreation. So in Scotland we obviously have the thing called the right to roam, where pretty much you can, on foot, walk anywhere you like, provided you don't cause any damage. And I think it's a fantastic thing. You don't have rules of trespass like you do in England, and it just means that people are much freer to go and explore, because there is a lot to explore. Also wild camping, so if you want to set up camp somewhere, provided it's not a protected area, as in it's not a fenced off area or a walled off area, there is absolutely nothing to stop you camping, again, provided you're not causing damage, lighting fires irresponsibly, leaving litter, all that kind of stuff. People will leave you alone. I see in England that they have a lot of things called stealth camping, where people, particularly in camper vans, camp out and try not to be seen because they'll get moved on. And it all seems a little bit unnecessary. If people are doing no harm, not causing damage, not causing pollution, there's no reason why you can't stop for a night. I've many a time in my younger days gone hiking, hill walking, not climbing, I don't do climbing, but do hill walking, and you just go with a pack on your back, walk till you're tired, set up, have your dinner, go to sleep, get up in the morning and do it all over again. And there's something very freeing about it, and something very emotionally satisfying. You're not on the time clock, you're not under any time pressures whatsoever, and you're out in nature. What more could you ask for? Unfortunately, the camper vans the huge increase since COVID times of camper vans and staycations and whatever else you want to call it. The highly touristed areas, so the places where people want to come and have a look at to say they've seen it in Scotland, are just becoming so overcrowded that it is becoming a problem. Sorry, I'm just going to adjust this camera up because I think it slipped down a little bit. So yeah, we're starting to find a few restrictions for camper vans simply because of the overcrowding situation. Right, this is where this guy has his all his old motorbikes, and he's still got them. There you go, cars too. So this is AE, the shortest place name in Britain. I think now I'm going to have a go at this. Apologies to any Welsh people, but the longest place name in Britain, I think, is Llanfair Porthgwyngyll Gogerdd Bryn Ddrobl Llantysilio Gogogoch. And again, apologies to any Welsh people. And it means St Mary's Church, in a hollow by the White Hazel, close to the Rapid Whirlpool, near the Red Cave of St Tysilio. There you go. Imagine trying to fit all of that in a postcard. Whee! Road's opened up so I can see a bit better. Oof! This is rather nice. So I think E-Village was, well, I don't think, I know that E-Village was set up as a Forestry Commission excuse me, village to house forest workers back in the days when Forestry Commission planted trees and harvested trees. So the forestry had provided housing for workers because obviously a lot of the forestry is in out of the way areas, so there wasn't existing infrastructure. It's not that now. I'm quite sure most of these houses where forestry houses have now been sold, but it's a nice little area. It's not too far from the main road, which we'll see because we'll be joining the main road after this. These people are going to have a chat with the postie. I'm not going to get by you, pal. My bike's too big. There he goes. Somebody set up a little camp down there. So that was A. So what we do now is we come out the other side of this road onto the main road that goes between Dumfries and Moffat. We're going to head back to Dumfries now because time is wearing on. I'm getting hungry. So I'll go back and get my lunch. Isn't this pretty? And again, 5 minutes from my house when I started this video. Actually no, probably closer to 10 minutes after I left the house. But yeah, there's just so many back roads to explore. Looks like they're going to be planting trees. So that's us joining the main road, the A701. Excuse me. It's gone up to a balmy 8 degrees now. If you decide to come to visit Scotland, and I know that summer holidays for kids and things like that don't start till later, but the best months weather-wise are generally May and September. May is quite often lovely, but once you get to June and July with the increase in temperature, it brings up the moisture content in the air, so you actually get quite a lot more rain, particularly in the west coast. East coast is not so bad, we don't have the Gulf Stream, so there's generally less moisture in the air along the east coast. So, and there's some smashing areas up there. I mean, you can go across from Dundee right the way up through past Carnoustie, Arbroath, Montrose, right the way up Peterhead, Aberdeen, Fraserburgh. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful up there. A little bit colder, but usually quite a bit drier. Yeah, when the sun's out, it's hard to beat the Scottish borders. Got it kind of half planned for the May Day holiday, so the kids are off for school for a week. Going to take the wee man up to Chonside and East Lothian. We're going to go and see the Jim Clark Museum. There's a couple of roads around there that I want to go. We'll stay overnight at a place called Aberlady. Well, my parents have got a caravan there, so it's quite a handy stopping off point. And then we'll come back via the Devil's Beef Tub and Moffat. So just a little trip, will just be a one-nighter, just to get the wee man out on the bike. He's so excited about it. I just hope we get the weather for it. The good news is we're not tied to a hotel. We can just go and pick a couple of good days that look like they're forecast for, well, no rain is the main thing, and we can go. And he's quite excited about it. It'll be nice to get away. So we'll do some videoing while we're away. Excuse me. I might set up him to do some commentary because I'm rubbish at it. And he could talk the hind legs off a donkey, so we'll maybe get him to do some commentary. That'll be fun and he'll enjoy that. This whole YouTube idea was his idea. I didn't anticipate that it would take quite so much work in terms of editing and things, but that's just how it is. I also didn't anticipate how expensive it is. I've got 3 GoPro cameras, and I went for GoPro because that's kind of what everybody said to go for, so that's what I did, but I didn't buy the newest versions. So I've got 3 GoPro Hero 9 Blacks, I think that's how you call the name of it, and they seem to work fine. I've not got a problem with them, but I bought 2 of them new but unused, or used but unused if you like, and 1 of them brand new, and they were about a couple £100 each, which isn't small potatoes. And then I've had a number of different microphone setups to try and make it bearable. Yeah, not that my voice is bearable to listen to, but it was more the wind noise I was trying to do. But I've discovered that actually my problem hasn't been the microphone, it's actually been the position of the microphone in the helmet. I had just clipped it to, I've got a Cardo comm system to speak to the wee man, and I had just clipped it to that, but it was getting too much wind noise from there, so I've kind of tucked it away in the hope that the wind noise is reduced. So that's the first thing, and now what I've done is I've gone for the wireless system, which I'm hoping is good, because it certainly kind of frees you up. I've gone for the wing mirror view for most of the time, and that's going to be fine, but I really don't like having the chin mount camera on for extended periods of time. I find that it adds a bit of weight to the front of the helmet, because a little bit of pressure in the top of the forehead, which can be quite fatiguing after a couple of hours, so I'd rather just do it where we're using the wireless comms and the wing mirror mounted camera, which means that I didn't need 3 at all. 2 would have been plenty, and for the most part 1 would have been alright. So that's that. Then you've got to buy all the little bits and pieces that go along with it. Fixings and chin mounts and handlebar mounts, and it all starts to mount up. And then to add insult to injury, I bought a drone. I can't remember what it is. DJI Mini 3, I think. Which again I bought second hand but barely used, and I'm learning how to work that as well, and then trying to incorporate some of the footage from that into my videos. So it's all a learning experience, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Oh my goodness me, have we ever got a lot of traffic here? Okay, so I'm going to cut you there because there's no point in sitting looking at traffic. So I'm actually going to do a sign off and say thanks for watching and cheerio.